Hey all, welcome back to another episode of YakAboutAYak. I'm your host Black Sparrow, and today I'm going to show you how to make a manually articulated power pole for your kayak. Articulate it down and up just like a regular power pole, but do-it-yourself style. So come along for the ride, catch you on the flip side. So here's what you're going to need. Piece of wood, another flat piece of wood for the back articulating piece, a couple of screws with eye bolts, some smaller ones, rope, cord, some pulleys. If you get two pulleys, then you can articulate the pole in either direction, upwards or downwards. A hinge, basically a door hinge with some bolts and nuts, locking nuts I used, and a cleat. The biggest trick is a pole. I got a 6-foot pole here. My father actually made it out of a piece of aluminum and some pipe clamps to go around it that you will attach to the board. So let's put this together. Now, here's where I put my board. I've got a couple of screws and a couple of knobs, some large washers. So my board goes across here. I've also got another one on my beam that goes across here, so I anchor it in here. Same thing, a large washer and another T-nut. Okay, let's put this together. Since I painted it, it's the first time I'm screwing these down. A little easier. Now we'll get the hinge on. There we go. And add the locking nuts to the back. So we'll lock that down in place, make that nice and tight, like so. So that's all nice and firm now. And the hinge will go like that. So we'll add our board on the back. So you see I've pre-drilled it before I painted it, of course. And then we'll add this to the back. There we go. So it's gonna go like that. Once we get these other bolts on and tighten everything down nice and snugly. There we go. There we go. Starting to come together. So we'll get the top one in and the bottom one in. Then you want to put that on over top and add your bolts to that. go. There. See how that'll slide nicely up and down? Perfect. There we go. Adjusted nicely. And let's take a look around the back side here. There we go. So here's why we use the pulleys. Take the rope and put it through the pre-drilled hole. No problems now. All right. And put the pulley on. Feed that through the hole, like so. And lock that into place. Pull that through. Just like that. And now, oh, look at that. It's getting there. Now, here's a little something that you don't really see. Down in here, I've put a little piece of plastic over top of the bolt there. That way, the rope can slide along that nice and easy. Otherwise, if it's sliding against the bolt, you can hear that friction as opposed to like a wheel in through there. And so bring it through this side out. There. Now my kayak has this rim that goes all the way around the cockpit. So that's where I'm going to run my rope. All right, now I'll run it through the eye bolt on the other side and underneath here. I've done the same thing. There we go. So now we run it through that eye bolt and through the back part here, and we'll add the second pulley, and then we'll make it go all the way up to the top of the pole. So take the rope and feed it through there. And then we'll take this, put her through there, and then we'll take our locking nut and put that on there. There we go. Nice and snug. And that goes through nice, no binding. Now the loose end, like I said, we're going to tie onto the top. So stick that through there, like that. The system is nice and tight. Make a knot. There. And that's it. Oh, I almost forgot. I got to attach the eye bolts onto here so that I can pull this forward and lock it down. Otherwise, if I pull this right now, all that's going to happen is the whole thing's going to come down, but I can't use the pulley to pull it back up the other way. So let's stick these on. There we go. Now that's nice and tight. And that I will run underneath here. So there we go. Now those are on. And they will run underneath here. And then I take my cleat and magic. Got that installed here. And that is where I will tie this on to. Just like that. There. Put that around the cleat, and now the back is tight. All right. So now I've got my rope that runs all along there, and I want to lock it in place put it on my anchor trolley cleat. Okay. And as I pull back the other way, let's see that again. Up and down. Nice. Now, how did that articulation work? We got this rope here, down and up. So, why do I want to articulate it like that, you say? Well, by rotating it down, now that top part is not going to waffle on me. So when this is up in the air, I don't want that happening. But more importantly, if that bottom gets stuck in the mud somehow, I need a way, just like the power pole does, to angle this so that I can get out of my spot. Down she goes. Up she goes. So there you have it. The DIY articulated power pole. Just as good as the real thing, but not even a quarter of the price. So make one of these for yourself. Save yourself a few $100 and anchor yourself in those rivers and streams and catch more fish. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the episode. As always, I'm your host, Black Sparrow, saying take care.